What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the Three Idiots Talking Podcast. Today, we are here with Pink Floyd's 12th studio album. Oh, I should probably, for people who've never heard us, I should probably introduce you to as well, or all of us, honestly, each one. But if you don't know us, Noah, Cole, Ryan. Anyway, we're the Three Idiots. But moving on, because you can see our names in the screen anyway. We're over here, Pink Floyd's 12th studio album. We have gone through everything up to the wall. If you have missed any of it, go check it out. All the videos are currently uploaded. This album, I have never heard. So this will be I think this is the first one in their discography that we've done that I have not heard fully through. I haven't heard it all. So this will be interesting for me. You two have talked a lot about this album and in some not great terms, but also some not horrible terms. This album came out in 1983. It's 13 songs long. It's 46 minutes. Who wants to give a reason why you guys seem to not be super enticed about this? We are even debating not even doing this album at one point after, and not even doing anything after The Wall, but we decided to do it because enough people wanted to watch it. So tell me, what's the issue here you're having with the final cut? Who wants to go? Let's let Noah go first because Cole's still got audio issues, it looks like.
I'm not going to go into the issues because that's just spoiling our opinions.
Okay.
But I'll say some things that are facts. This album is the most Roger Waters led album so far. This is like 100% him. There's no Richard Wright. He got kicked out of the band last album.
Right, we talked about that.
You can hear that affect the sound a lot. And a few songs on this, I believe, are songs that were not good enough for The Wall and just got put on here.
Okay.
That's a couple objective facts.
Sure. So Richard Wright's first album they made without Richard Wright, as he got kicked out of the band by Waters, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Kicked out of the band by Waters. Who did they replace him with? Or did they replace him?
Nobody.
Okay, so no Richard Wright. Now, he was the main keyboardist, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so is there a keyboardist on this album?
Studio musicians.
Studio musicians. Okay, so that's basically just fill-ins. Cole, you look like you're not lagging as much right now. What is your reasonings behind... Why did you not want to do the final cut?
Oh
boy.
I guess it would be a minor spoiler. I'm not a fan.
Not a fan.
Because to me, this album is basically just all of the parts of The Wall that I don't like on one album.
All the parts of The Wall you don't like on one album. Okay, so you two have heard it. I have not. This will be a first listen to me. I've heard one song on this album. I've heard Not Now, John. That's all I've heard. This will be a first listen for me. I know it came out a little bit after, compared to, The Wall came out in 79, this came out in 83, so that's a 4-year gap. Now, obviously, they kicked Richard Wright out of the band, but that was kind of known before The Wall came out, right, Noah? I think we talked about that when we did The Wall. They were going to kick him out after it. He just still toured with them, correct?
Yeah.
So why did they spend 4 years, or I guess what was the purpose behind the delay, or did they just really want to get an album out after 4 years? What was the purpose behind the break?
Bored for a bit. They're getting older. They got families now.
Right. So just a little tired from making the main albums, essentially. Because they had made a lot in a row.
Because this is their longest break ever.
4-year break, right?
And
okay.
It's 4 years, which is for some artists is normal.
It is, especially nowadays. People take a long time off now. Okay, well, I don't know really anything about this album other than it is not Pink Floyd fans' biggest favorite. From a Pink Floyd fan base, do people tend to view this favorably or unfavorably?
Half and half.
Massively either way.
It's final cut time. Pink Floyd's 12th studio album. I think they only have 13 studio albums, right?
15.
15. Okay. I don't know how many we're going to do, so I won't say if this is the second last or whatever, but it's final cut time, starting off with The Postwar Dream.
I'm not here.
I love how depressing
isn't
this
her,
album
isn't it?
Something
sounds.
happening.
Bull is really coping right now.
Plans to build a nuclear fallout shelter at Peterborough in Cambridge.
Three High Court judges.
So he knows what happens.
It was announced today that the replacement for the Atlantic conveyor, the container ship lost in the Falklands conflict, will be built in Japan. A spokesman for Cuba moving in, and they say the third world countries like Bolivia, which produce the drug, are suffering from rising violence, economic damage, and political instability.
Tell me
Oh.
true. Tell me why was Jesus crucified?
Is that Waters?
Yeah.
Was it
The
for
fuck else
this
was that, man?
that he died?
What?
Was it you? Was it me? Did I watch too much TV? Is that a hint of accusation in your eyes?
Really not digging how lippy he sounds.
If it wasn't
I want to get used to
for
it.
the nips being so good at building ships, the yards would still be open on the Clyde.
I like the horns.
And it can't be much fun for them beneath the rising sun, with all their
Oh.
kids committing suicide. What have we done? Maggie, what have we done? What have we done?
I'm scared. Cole, I'm scared.
Should we shout? Should we scream? What happened to the postwar dream? Oh, Maggie, Maggie, what did we do?
Maggie? You talking about Margaret Thatcher?
That's what I've always thought,
Probably.
but I haven't looked
I don't
into it.
know.
I didn't know her
I
nickname was
don't care. I have to
Maggie.
figure it out.
Okay, random clanging in the background. Okay, odd little song here. Very big noise there at the end, loud noise, but it was very short as well. Felt like a little anticlimactic with that. Really did not like how lippy, almost ASMR sounding Roger Waters was getting with how close to the mic his you could hear his individual lip movements when he was singing. Never ever like that from any singer. I don't really entirely understand lyrically what he's saying. I mean, I kind of do and I kind of don't, so it's sort of all over the place. It seems you guys talked about this as wall leftovers, so the same war theme coming from the wall looks like it's what he's starting with. The only thing I really had an issue with was his voice. Very lippy. That's the only word I can think of. I'll give it a 6. I don't know. I'm having a hard time rating that one. Noah.
Okay. Lyrics are fine. There's nothing wrong with what he's saying.
No.
I mean, I'm a little tired of hearing him talk about war, but I mean, it's not bad lyrics. The singing, though. First off, he gets real deep in your ear in the first part, which when he does it specifically, he enunciates his words really hard.
Yeah.
And it's pretty grating. Second half, he turns into where he starts screeching. Which at this point in his career, he should probably have hung that up already. It does not sound good. Roger should turn up David's guitar.
Yeah, I heard it in the background.
I guarantee he was doing. I guarantee he had the last say for almost everything, so he should turn it up for me, please and thanks. And that's the whole song. That's all that happened. 5.
5. Cole.
Just some generationally bad singing. Just horrible singing. Yeah, the lyrics are fine, I guess. I don't really care about them. But they're not annoying or anything. He can't sing at all. He's terrible at it. Any semblance of not being awful at singing is totally gone. I hate every time he opens his mouth. It's just terrible. And for some fucking reason, even though the last 3 albums they produced to me have had some of the best mixing and production I've ever heard on any albums, the mix here is not good. It's pretty subpar.
Definitely not a great start.
Things that need to be louder are not, and I don't understand why or how that happened. I'm gonna give it like a 3.5 to a 4.
Okay, we got a lot of songs to go through, so let's power through onto your possible pasts. Again, the industrial noises right off the bat.
This could be an interesting one.
They flutter behind you, your possible past.
Oh boy. Does he sing on the whole album?
Some bright-eyed
Yes.
and crazy,
Yeah.
some frightened and lost.
David Gilmour sings on half of a song.
A warning to anyone still in command. Of their possible future.
Is that Gilmour on the guitar? I assume.
Yeah.
There's a guitar being played as well.
In derelict
I'd have to imagine.
sightings, the poppies entwined.
From derelict sightings to poppies and twine. What?
With cattle trucks lying in wait for the next time.
Here comes my issue with the song.
What is it?
How we used to be. Don't you think we should be closer?
That's an odd echo choice. Wait, that's it?
Ooh,
What kind of writing is that?
that's not a good
The
hook.
ghost of a smile.
That was the hook?
I guess.
Well, it's gonna happen. No, I mean, it happens more than once.
Face like a cheap hotel sign.
Who would ever waste their fucking time with this shit?
Her cold eyes imploring
This is so
the men in their
dull.
bags.
Oh,
For the
turn that
gold
guitar
in their
up.
bags, or the knives in their
Feels more-
backs.
Oh.
Stepping up boldly, one put out his hand.
Very dramatic.
God, that snare.
Very dramatic.
I was just a
Ear
child
exploding.
then. Now I'm only a man. Do you remember me? How we used to be? Do you think we should be closer?
There we go.
It's so believable.
That was not the best solo he's ever
By the
made.
cold and religious, we were taken in hand. Shown how to feel good and told to feel bad.
God, I hate that lyric.
Strung out behind us, the banners and flags of our possible past lie in tatters and rags.
This dude is trying so hard to be dramatic. Holy Lord.
Golly, say the fucking lyric.
How we used to be, do you think we should be closer,
We didn't need the delay right there. I don't want to have to hear him sing that more than once.
Putting aside the fact that he can't sing for shit, he doesn't even know what he's doing in terms of songwriting anymore. He wrote half of a chorus for some reason and then just ends. He is trying so unbelievably hard to be the most dramatic thing you've ever heard in your life by just waiting a while to say a last word of a sentence. And it's just so stupid. This song is boring as hell. Same as the last one, 3.5 to a 4.
So, this annoyed me because we just basically canceled building ever again. 0 builds on this song whatsoever, but an incredibly dramatic, like Cole said, pauses, especially there at the end where he just waits like 5 seconds and then says the last word. And then boom, it's like big noise, like, ooh, big noise drama. That's supposed to like be a build. That's not a build. Cole's right. The songwriting is fucking horrendous. It's just awful. There was no build there. There was no tension. It was just, there's your big chorus. And the chorus sucked. The chorus was awful. It was atrocious. Gilmore tried. Not his best guitar solo, in my opinion. Very scratchy guitar solo. Very, very high pitched and overstrained at times. I was not a huge
Wasn't very
fan.
fluid.
No, it was not very fluid. I wasn't a huge fan of guitar solo, but it was the best part of this song. Roger sounds like shit. Just horrifically bad on this song. And I have absolutely no idea what the lyrics are supposed to mean whatsoever. I think the lyrics are fucking atrocious. This song sucked. This song was awful. This song annoyed me, and I'm gonna give it a 2. Noah.
Yeah, this one is structurally flawed. Verses are boring. There is little to no transition into the hook. The hook itself is bad. The solo, like Cole said, it's not fluid. It's just not a great tone from Gilmore either. He's had better tones.
Yes.
This one doesn't hit as hard.
Production is getting way
And
too
it-
80s.
Yeah. And it's still the best, it's still the best part of the song.
Yeah, that's the sad part.
Because Roger, oof. Ooh, Roger, brutal.
He sounds
4.
really... Okay, time to move on. Thank you, Alan Weinstein, for the super chat. Let's go to one of the few. Oh, this is short. They're really obsessed with clocks and ticking on a lot of their songs.
Motif.
When you're one of the few to land
Oh.
on your feet,
We're in the left side now.
what do you do to make ends meet?
That was rough.
Make 'em mad,
No, stop the lip noises.
make 'em add 2 and 2. Or make 'em me, or make 'em you.
When did we start doing...
Make 'em do what you want them to. Make 'em laugh, make 'em cry, make 'em lay down and die.
I want to
That
go.
was so dramatic. Where is this coming from?
This one is wretched. This one is
Fuck
fucking
was
awful.
That, man.
The guitar melody is, I guess, it's a motif. It's something that's gonna appear later in the album. The melody, it's fine. It's okay. The singing. This is the worst singing he's done to this point in Pink Floyd. That was terrible. That was
The ASMR
I
is
can't
like
even describe it.
beyond.
That made a minute feel like 8 minutes. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm feeling like a 2.
Ooh. Cole, you've had a blank face for 5 minutes.
Horrible singing for a minute. um, I don't really know why Pink Floyd would feel the need to write a song that's 1 minute. Because this is not like this really just isn't like some sort of standalone piece that needs to be by itself. I don't think you could probably just put this on another song, although I would recommend just deleting it because this whole album should be deleted. So it feels pointless and it's horrible to listen to because he can't sing at all. Yeah, I'll give it a 3.
Well, painful. Painful, extremely over dramatic. I saw people were like, well, he's being dramatic because of what he's talking about. There's definitely better ways to be dramatic if you want to do this without having to force it. He is forcing the dramatization of this song, of the last 2 songs. It's just trying to make you feel something, and it's not working at all. There are so many ways to make you feel raw emotion or the effects of the lyrics without trying to force drama that isn't building, because you're not doing a build. It's a minute-long song. There's no possible way to do a build in a minute-long song. It just doesn't exist. And the lispy, the ASMR noises he's making takes you out of any of the dramatic effects he's trying to put on. The reverb, echo effects, the laughing sound effect they did, bad. All bad decisions. Terrible. None of it's good. Don't have really anything else to talk about because it was essentially just Roger Waters singing with a little bit of a plucking guitar. I'm gonna go with 2 here. I agree with Noah. That was just annoying, and I would never listen to that again. The 4th song. Y'all look fresh today. Well, Cole doesn't look anything because you can't really see him half the time. He just went pixel blur. But yes, thank you.
This is a song that was directly cut off the wall.
Oh.
It's in the movie.
Okay.
It's horny ass war movie horn. It sounds like some shit they play in like when some soldier dies at the end of a movie like Independence Day 2 or something.
I'm getting that vibe so far.
It's so fucking corny.
What's up, James Diamond?
It was just before dawn, one miserable morning in Black 44,
Weird vocal.
when the
melody
forward
so far.
commander was told to sit tight. When he asked that his men be withdrawn,
What is this rhythm?
and the generals gave thanks as the other ranks held back the enemy tanks for a while.
Oh, this rhythm is
The
horrible.
Anzio bridgehead was held for the price of a few hundred ordinary lives. And kind old King George sent Mother a note when he heard that Father was gone. It was, I recall,
How do you even sing
in
this
the form of
badly?
a scroll with gold leaf and all. And I found it one day in a drawer of old photographs hidden away. And my eyes still grow damp to remember His Majesty signed with his own rubber stamp. It was dark all around, there was frost in the ground when the tigers broke free.
What is this mixing? What the fuck?
The atmosphere this song creates is so far the best of the album so far. We're only 4 songs into it. The atmosphere is pretty cool. I like the
So
big...
fucking stupid.
I mean, look. Clearly, this is a war reminiscent album. At least the start of it is. He's clearly talking about his dad. I guess his dad got killed at some point in a war. I don't know.
His dad died in World War II.
Okay, well, he's creating a very dark. They're creating a very dark scenery around this song because it's meant to be a dark lyrical song. I get that. The atmosphere is there. I understand what they're going for. The lyrics are probably so far the best on the album. At least those songs we've gone through. I have no issue with the lyrics at all. He is once again doing this lippy sound. It's very ASMR effect. Hate it. I'm not going to keep talking about it, but I hate it. When he gets into this mode where he's trying to push like his vocals to like reach emotional range, because he's trying to do it so hard, it actually ends up failing him a bit more. Instead of letting it happen, his emotions take over naturally. He's trying to force this emotional sound from him, and it's actually making it worse and less effective the more he does it. And it's causing it to sound worse than if he was just letting the lyrics emotionally take over him, what he's trying to say, because he has good message here. I think behind the if you look at the lyrics and what they actually mean, you could probably just use your own emotional feel you have from it and let that sound be what it is. You don't have to force something unnatural. Mixing was rough, but I guess I didn't hate it. 5. Cool.
I don't know if this will be controversial. I'm sure it will be. But like, I'm sorry. It just doesn't really hit me that like your dad died in the war. That's unfortunate. Like, sorry about that, but like you never met him. So I'm not gonna pretend like, oh, what a tragedy. Like, oh, he misses his dad. He never met his father. No.
I mean, it doesn't.
He was born the same year his dad died. Listen, I'm not saying that it's good.
Matter.
It's obviously horrible that his dad died. It's terrible.
Well, I was gonna say it doesn't matter because we're here for the music,
but it's just
not the meaning.
I mean, the lyrics are the lyrics. I'm just saying, like, it just doesn't hit me nearly as hard. Because, like, do you miss him? Okay, you didn't even know him. You never even met him. It's not like you can't miss someone you don't know.
I mean, I agree. It's just like, wow, that was.
This is a shitty take, Cole.
Wow,
the shitty take.
You can miss somebody that you don't know.
You
it's
don't
a rational
know everyone
take,
that you don't.
You know.
Yes, but yes, you can.
Okay, fine, whatever. I don't care. His singing is horrible. This mixing is atrocious. I think the instrumental is corny as hell. It just sounds like the ending to some shitty war movie. And the vocal melodies are atrocious. 2.5 or 3.
That was something I totally forgot. The vocal melody on this was fucking garbage. In fact, now I think about it, I completely forgot. The vocal melody's dropping out a whole point. That was awful vocal.
But somebody brought up a good point. It's not about missing the person. It's more about like missing the idea of them, of having a father. I get you. That's understandable. I get that. That's very rational. Now I guess I get to talk about the song. Oh boy. You can tell this was made in a completely different time than the rest of the album. The production on the vocals is completely different. It sticks out like a sore thumb. It doesn't sound finished. It sounds like it was just made for the movie, and then they just forgot about it. But yeah, this song is like lyrically, This song is like, I mean, it's on the nose, literally. It's about the exact battle his dad died in and all that. I mean, it's hard to pull emotion when I just don't think it sounds good. I guess that's how I feel about this song. 4.
Okay, up next we have The Hero's Return. What in the fuck? What was that transition?
Bad.
WR gives it an 8.5.
That's what this is about, guys. It's about the schoolmaster from the wall. We're just living in the past.
Why did they put so much of the wall on this album?
I don't fucking know, dude.
They were out of ideas.
That's what I believe.
Jesus, Jesus, what's it all about? Trying to crouch these little ingrates. It's a shame.
Roger Waters first rockstar to say clout.
When I was there, ain't all the lights were out.
This shit is so corny.
There was no time to whine and mope about. And even no part of me flies.
Oh, what is double vocal?
Behind my sarcasm, desperate memories lie.
One of the worst vocal layers I've ever heard.
Sweetheart, sweetheart, are you fast asleep?
Horrible songwriting.
That's
Good.
the
Good.
And there is something that I've locked away.
Oh gosh.
A memory that is too
Wow.
painful to withstand the light of day. When we came back,
Maybe we need Richard Riot.
banners and flags hung on everyone's door. We danced and we sang in the street, and the church bells rang. But burning in
What are these builds?
Ew.
Sorry. I'm sorry. This is so fucking corny.
I mean,
of the gunner's dying words on the intercom.
Well, the next song.
but maybe the greatest.
Oh, that's the end of the song.
That's
I
the end
wasn't
of the
looking
song.
at it.
Maybe the-
That's crazy.
I'm so confused right now. They might have been the greatest band at building tension and just creating builds of all time. And in this album, we've just thrown all that shit out the window because these are not even close. The transitions are disgustingly bad. I mean, we're just throwing in hooks that completely sound different at random moments. We're stripping everything away. We're not leading any part of the verse into the chorus or the bridge. It's what the hell is this songwriting? It's abysmal. And Roger Waters, for the most part in his time in Pink Floyd, was a very, very good songwriter. So I'm very confused right now at this songwriting capability. This is fucking disgusting. Also, I guess I'm already talking, so I'll go. The vocal melody was fucking horrible. Again, back-to-back songs with bad vocal melodies. The lyrics were good. Everything else was shit. I actually thought the instrumental was one of the worst on the album so far, and I thought David's guitar sounded like shit as well, so I can't give him any praise either. This was fucking terrible. I'm annoyed at this. The only thing that even relatively saves this song is the lyrics, because they're actually pretty damn good. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 to a 3.5. That pissed me off. Maybe the greatest band in builds and transitions, and that's the shit we get. Disgusting. Noah, go up.
Man. I don't care if the lyrics are good because I'm so fucking tired of hearing him talk about the same topic
Yeah,
over and over again. He's become a lyrical one-trick pony. And it's incredibly difficult to be invested when he just talks about the same shit. Like, oh my fucking god, dude. I don't care if it's the concept. It is not interesting. And it doesn't help when melodically there's nothing there either. Like, holy. This one's so incredibly forgettable. And then like, the last part of it was just... That was some cornball shit. Roger Waters is turning into a fucking cornball. That was... I just really dislike this one. Feeling a 3.5.
3.5. Cole.
Well, I really hated that. That was just every single decision that he made, because I know he's the only one doing any of the writing here, was wrong. That vocal layering he did was embarrassing.
Oh god, that was so bad.
Instrumental was it was either being really boring or painfully corny.
I don't know what happened to it.
The lyrics were whatever. I didn't really care. His vocals were atrocious. The writing was just so awkward. They've always had such a great sense of direction and like where the song is going. You're always like locked in and excited to see what they're gonna do next. And I'm just begging for these songs to be fucking over. I think I'm gonna give it a 0.
Oh, the donut hole! Oh my goodness!
I hated that.
The first donut of the night! Wow! The Gunners.
Once
Sticking
again,
on that war theme.
I'm
real
going for
hard.
8s.
I'll just score last.
Can't contain my excitement.
Is this the fucking Tear-Stained Eyes song? Did we already
I
do
think
that
it
one?
is.
I don't even remember. It's out.
This is where we're holding on.
Oh lord.
See, Side Bister, that's the thing though. I would watch Schindler's List for fun because I think it's a great fucking movie. Even if it's dark, you can do the same. You can do both. You can make a really dark topic
Floating down
as long as it's really good.
through the clouds.
Music doesn't have to be fun to be good.
No, some of the best songs aren't fun at all.
I thought that was what he was.
And the corner of some foreign field. I had a dream.
Doesn't sound bad yet. Maybe concludes it.
Is this supposed to be like emotional or something? Because this is just dull as fuck.
It's certainly trying to be.
Goodbye.
Come on, Cole, we gotta hold on to the dream. Stop hating.
After the service, when you're walking slowly to the car, and the
Nice melody right there,
her
champ.
hair shines in the cold November air. You hear the tolling bell and touch the silk in your lapel.
Important lyric.
As the teardrops rise to meet the comfort of the band.
Why would you? What? What?
You take her frail hand.
I'm gonna have to mute.
And hold on
Oh.
to the dream.
Wow! Oh, he's not done. He turns it back to a trumpet.
The saxophone.
Wow!
Oh,
Fucking full house ass saxophone right there. Ew.
Oh my god!
This saxophone solo fucking sucks ass.
is this sad Full House?
Yes.
This is very annoying because
I can't
this
believe they
instrument is actually
approved
good
that
outside
solo.
the sax.
No, it's not.
Oh!
Hold on to the dream, baby.
Fucking
Oh, why is it
sitcom
farting? It's a
ass
farting
saxophone
saxophone.
Oh, I got
Place
tears.
to stay, enough to eat. Somewhere old heroes shuffle safely down the street, where you can speak out loud about your doubts and fears. And what's more,
That's not a compliment, Pedro.
no one ever
Shut the
disappears.
fuck
In fact,
up.
I would consider that an insult.
I would not.
You can
Could we just
relax
Make a kick noise.
on both sides of the tracks, and maniacs don't blow holes in bandsmen by remote control. And
This song is
everyone
confusing me
has
so much.
recourse to the law.
This is some
It's
of the
his
most
dream,
dull
man.
songwriting I've ever heard in my life.
Anymore.
You know what? Never mind,
No
I'll save it
one
for later.
kills the children anymore.
Oh, fuck, I forgot about this part.
Night after night, going round and round my brain.
Might be the worst lyric vocal performance here.
It's driving me insane.
Really, you're gonna hold that?
The corner of some
That might be the worst one.
field, the gunner sleeps tonight.
Still going.
He's trying to drive home the insane lyric. It's very unique and creative.
Cannot just write off his final scene.
Damn. This is disappointing.
Take heed of the
This is so wildly devoid of any emotion.
I'm so happy I called first before the song even started.
That was disappointing. There's a very good song in this.
No, there's not.
Just
For years and years and years, I have fucking hated this song. I have found it. It tries really hard to be emotional. It tries really hard, and I just find it hilarious. Roger Waters sounds awful. It has the hold on to the dream part where it goes into the full house saxophone, which just instantly wipes off any emotion you ever could have felt that is not humor. The lyrics, they just go completely off course after the hold on to the dream. They definitely lose the plot. And then it gets real heavy again at the end. Then he drops the dream is driving me insane line, which I forgot about. That might be his worst vocal line I've ever heard. He actually sounds like he's dying on that one. Like it's not even hyperbole. He sounds like he is on like a torture rack. Holy shit. Yeah. Oof. Feeling a 2. Actually, no. I'm feeling a 1.5.
ooh. Change. Okay. I said it right after the song ended. This is an extremely disappointing song because there is a very good song structured in here. It is just completely and terribly done. The transition from his first holding that loud, high-pitched note out into the saxophone, there's something there. The way he did it was so awful because you're emitting your own vocal tone sounds shitty enough to sound like that saxophone note, and that saxophone solo was fucking disgusting. It was ear-rapingly bad. I hated every single second of it. Whoever was playing the saxophone, I don't know. I have no idea who was playing the saxophone, but they were terrible at it. It was awful. It wasn't good. Period. That's all I have to say. You were bad at that solo. Outside of that, I thought the transitions were decent on this. They were better than a lot of the album. Still not good, but it was better than the most part of the album's been. Lyrically, it does fall flat near the end, like Noah was saying, but it at least has a good 2 to 3 minutes in here I enjoyed. I actually liked his voice at the start of the song. I didn't have anything against it, but when he gets to that bridge and he just decides to, I don't even know what the hell you call that. Just lose his mind on holding out these notes. I get what you're going for. The insane note. He's trying to make you sound like he's going insane by really stretching my vocals as far as they can go, and then shouting. It's like, haha, that's super unique and creative, guys. That's never been done before. That's really cool. You sound really good doing it. I promise. Bad, but not like disgustingly bad. 2.5 to a 3. Cool.
Why? Why? Why would you do this to somebody? Why in the world would you? That is just awful. His songwriting is still just a train wreck. His singing is still terrible. I guess it's marginally less terrible, but his screams were offensively bad. I hated every part of that saxophone. I hated the tone because it sounded like it was out of fucking Full House's theme song or some shit. It just sounded so fucking corny. I can't believe that he actually thought that sounded right. And it could have been the greatest saxophone tone of all time. Like, it was played horribly. Like, it was just...
Yeah.
It was so awkward. I don't know what happened there. I don't know how they approved that because, I mean, as far as I'm aware, none of them plays saxophone, so obviously they had a sessions person doing it. I can't believe that got approved and actually ended up on the final result. Yeah, I really think this band, they should be embarrassed by songs like this. I'm feeling like a 1 to a 1.5.
All right, moving on to Paranoid Eyes.
Apparently he was important.
Really?
I guess Roger wasn't aware.
I don't know if he plays saxophone, but he probably could have done better than that guy. Musical terrorist is crazy.
Button your lip.
Oh,
And
God.
don't let the shield slip. Take a fresh grip on your bulletproof mask. And if they try to break down your disguise,
Incredible
with
how long they've
questions,
written about nothing. Or how long they've been playing nothing.
you can hide, hide, hide.
Richard Wright would never write piano parts this fucking corny.
Behind paranoid eyes.
I can't believe a human being actually makes that noise and is considered a singer.
Put on your brave face and slip over the road for a job.
It's actually hurting me to listen to that.
Fixing your grin as you casually lean on the bar.
Yeah, that's a stupid bar. Or lyric.
Wait, what a melody there,
Laughing
Roger.
too loud at the rest of the world with the boys in the crowd. You can hide, hide, hide. Tell you what, maybe free place, play for fun. Behind petrified ice.
Again, a song about this time appears to be a war vet. I'm him. Great point. Why is every song build up the same? Build up. We want to call it that. It's like 5 seconds, 10 seconds max. I hate these sound effects.
What
This
the
is not
fuck
engaging
even
me.
are these sound effects?
Stories of fame, fortune, and glory.
You go.
Now you're lost in a haze of alcohol,
That redux
soft
note?
middle age.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
The pie in the sky turned out to be miles too high.
Decent horns. Pie in the sky turned out to be miles too high.
Hide.
I just reread that lyric and I was like, that's dumber than I thought it was.
This is the
Love the new
longest
sound
3-minute
effects, right?
song of all time.
Brown and my
Because
eyes.
it's so fucking boring.
Roger. Fortis.
He does not listen to this shit.
When you went and listened to this, did you actually feel these sound effects somehow engaged you in the environment you were trying to create? Because from an outsider standpoint, they 100%. In fact, they actually took me out of the environment you were trying to create. All right, but Paranoid Eyes, I'll start because I'll be quick. The lyrics were actually decent. Again, I have had very little issues with the lyrics, except for the fact that you have no other topics to talk about, apparently. You have gone completely full war sucks, war bad, all these people get bad things from war. That's all of this album seems to be. Again, the ASMR vocals just stop breathing. I hate it. It's awful. You have no vocal melody anymore. It's atrocious. The horns were good, like the horns at the end there, but they were far too short and there was hardly any of it. Outside of that, very disappointed. The sound effects are pointless, stupid, and they have no engagement whatsoever. I feel like I'm getting in the same club as always, but there's another 3. Cole?
I don't really have a lot to add to that. I mean, the melodies are horrible. He doesn't even understand what writing a melody means anymore. I think the lyrics are really boring. His vocals are terrible and make me wildly uncomfortable. Not a single damn thing happened there. That felt so long. That felt like it was 8 minutes, and it was 3 minutes.
It did feel long.
I'm feeling a 0.5 to a 1.
Cole might set the record for his lowest combined score of any album right now. Noah.
You didn't scream on this one.
It's true.
That's good.
One bonus step, didn't scream.
Too bad that this was just so incredibly boring. Nothing happens. In the time of us talking about it, I can't even really remember much about it. Except for him just whispering in my ear.
That is so cringe.
I'm feeling like a 3.
Yeah. Desert. Hey guys, look, it's another
God,
song
I
about
should have
war.
pulled out my vinyl.
Guys, look,
I should have pulled out my Final Cut vinyl.
the new song about war.
Yeah.
Woo! Why do you have a Final
But I
Cut
have
vinyl now? Now I really am confused. Why?
Because I also have an Uma Guma vinyl. Because that's funny.
What the hell was that?
The bomb.
Why?
I guess. Because it's about war.
Brezhnev took Afghanistan and Begin took Beirut. Galtieri took the Union Jack. And Maggie, over lunch one day, took a cruiser with all hands, apparently to make him give it back.
Riveting.
Why is this a song?
That mattered.
Maybe the best instrumental on the album, and I'm not even joking. I don't care. 5.5 to a 6. Cole.
That was stupid and corny with bad singing. 3.
Noah.
What Cole said. 3.
Take all your overgrown infants.
I hate war ass album. Yeah, really.
Somewhere, and build them a home, a little place of their own. The
Interesting
Fletcher
songwriting.
Memorial, home for incurable tyrants and kings.
Very strained, but I at least enjoyed this
They
more
could
than the ASMR
appear
voice.
to themselves every day.
Yeah, because like the middle ground
Yeah.
between this and yelling.
On closed circuit TV
Did you just forget how to write a melody, vocal melody?
to make sure they're still real.
I kind of enjoy this one.
It's the only connection they feel. Ladies and gentlemen, please.
Don't know what the fuck happens here though.
Reagan and Haig, Mr. Bagan and friend, Mrs. Thatcher, the Paisley, Mr. Brezhnev and party, the ghost of McCarthy, and the memories of Nixon. And now, adding color, a group of anonymous Latin American meatpacking glitterati. Did they expect us to treat them with any respect? We can polish their medals
And we're back to
sharpen their
ASMR.
smiles, and abuse themselves playing games for a while.
Boom, boom.
Boom, boom, bang, bang. Lie down, you're dead.
Brilliant lyrics.
Okay.
I'm
They get the good part.
so
Let's go.
bored.
Hell yeah.
Safe in the permanent gaze of a cold glass
It's a nice
eye.
45 seconds there.
Their favorite toy. There'll be good girls and boys in the Fletcher Memorial Home for Colonial Wasters of life and limb.
I don't like this as much as I remember.
Are you
yeah,
having
man.
a nice time, Noah?
That solo was worse than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's not
I'm not.
particularly eventful.
Now the final
Oh.
solution can be applied.
Roger talking about final solutions. There's a little preview of his future.
Yeah, I can't wait for his final solution he's gonna come to. Leaving the fucking band.
You know, no, when the song was, it's like probably a minute into the song, Noah was like, "Oh, this one's actually good," and I was like, "Huh." Well, I don't really remember most of this album because I never listened to it. Because the last time I did listen to it, I hated it. So let me see, and then it didn't happen. The good part that I was expecting to come never really came, and then he was like, "Oh, this part's the good part," and they did a little guitar solo, and I was like, I mean,
And then I took it back because I realized that
that
it
was
wasn't that
just
good.
like the most whatever David Gilmour solo. He may have played like 10 notes. Now, you don't have to play a lot of notes to be a good solo, but just like he just kept repeating shit. I was like, I mean, it wasn't awful, but that was just like, I don't know. That's the solo you came up with, really? I am well aware of the fact that you can do a lot better than that, buddy. And that was the best part of the song, still, because good God, the rest of that was so boring. Still bad singing. I've said that about every song. I'm gonna say it about every song. Yeah, just so dull and uneventful, completely devoid of emotion. 3.5 to a 4.
Noah.
Yeah, I didn't like that one as much as I originally thought. Not very interesting. Solo was mid, and it was still probably the best part of the song. Rod, God, Roger Waters just fucking blows, dude. Straight up, he just fucking blows. He can't write. He can't sing.
Not at this point.
He can't play instruments. What does he do here? What does he do at this point?
The lyrics aren't terrible.
God. Why couldn't he have gotten booted out after the wall instead of fucking Richard, dude? Honestly. God. 4.5, I guess.
So I guess well, okay, two things. One, the solo was monumentally the best part of the song because we finally get a break from Roger. After a long stretch of just Roger ruining songs, we get a little bit of a reprieve, even if it's nowhere near his best solo, not even fucking close. In fact, it's pretty okay from him. It's so nice to not have to hear Roger for a minute that I'm just like, yes, please take me for 45 seconds to a minute and just get me off of this. Outside of that, lyrically it's fine. Nothing special though. It's okay. Roger's just what we've talked about the rest of the entire album. He's just vocal melodies out the window, vocal talent out the window, just throw random shit at a wall. Kind of sounds, and you know what? I would say it's not even random shit at the wall because this whole album's had one single theme to it. He never has made a single song off of that theme. It's all about that. It's not even a concept album either. It's very
This is the
stupid.
shit they threw at the wall that didn't stick.
Yes, exactly. They just gathered it in a little bucket and it's like, this is your album. Here you go. I don't know. It was nice to hear something other than Roger for a fucking minute at least. Even though it's a 4-minute long song. 4.5 to a 5. All right, up next, Southampton Dock. At least we're almost to the only real
They
good song
disembarked
I've
in 45.
Oh, an
No one
acoustic
spoke,
ballad
no
with
one
Roger.
smiled.
That's what we all wanted.
There were too many spaces in the line.
Microphone here.
I swear I've heard this
you
melody
here.
before.
Gathered at the cenotaph, all agreed with hand on heart to sheathe the sacrificial knives. But now she stands upon
Hey, Roger.
Southampton dock
You're here.
with her handkerchief
Let's go here.
and her summer frock.
I swear I've heard this progression on 3
Roger,
different songs.
what do you mean you want reverb on these 2 words for no fucking reason at all?
Inquired
And a random
Okay.
horn on a boat.
knuckles white upon the slippery reins.
What upon the
She bravely waved.
Bro, sounds like he's getting
boys
pegged while singing.
again.
Literally.
Oh my lord, this is embarrassing.
I guess I'm not really surprised at this point. Oh. What are we
Oh,
getting
somebody
here?
calls the repeating melodies the motif, and in reality, he's just out of ideas.
Spreads between their shoulder blades.
That was the build? That's
A mute
That was Roger on him.
of the poppy fields.
So this album just pisses me off, man.
we haven't had a single build
When
this
the
entire album.
fight was over, we spent what they had made, but in the
But.
bottom of our hearts, we felt the final cut.
Wow, that
Oh
was a
my
terrible
gosh, she
melody.
said the thing.
He's gonna say the thing again, too.
The next one's the title of
That'll be
the
your point.
Southampton Dock.
You should rename Not Now John to Not Now Roger. and just
Uh,
call it
Let me
the title
go.
of the
I'll be
album.
really quick.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't even really have much to say.
Instrumental sounds like stock. It sounds like stock music. Is incredibly uneventful, and I swear it's happened to 3 times already. The same progression. this dude he's just not a good writer at this point. Especially when it comes to like writing the actual music and not the lyrics. He is not good. David Gilmour fucking runs circles around him as an instrumental writer. And it's unfortunate he didn't want to contribute as much, apparently. But I get not wanting to be associated too much with what's going on. 3.
Yeah, I don't really know what the difference is between this and half of the album. We've had the exact same progression of basically no builds to a stoppage of all song music, and then a slight increase in Roger's vocals with a slight increase in the instrumental for like 5 seconds, and then we take it all away again and rip it from you so you don't get any build and no progression. And then you go back to the soft verses. Start out as an acoustic ballad, which nobody wanted or asked for. Roger Waters is doing the lispy singing again. There's nothing to add here if we haven't already said. 3 is a perfectly okay rating. Cole.
Yeah, I'm just gonna agree with y'all. It's so boring. It's so bad. It's so poorly written. 2.5 to a 3.
Title track.
Through the fish-eyed lens of tear-stained eyes.
The UK told its citizens they would never go to war again, and here they were going to war again.
I can barely define.
Again, the message is not really the
shape
problem
of this
we're
moment
conveying here.
in time.
The lyrics aren't nearly compelling enough for me to care.
High in clear blue skies, I'm spiraling down.
I feel like this is what I would sing. This is how I would sing if I was drunk.
I wonder how much of this album he was drunk for.
Drunk on power.
We got the first
Man.
good vocal melody on
Right?
the album.
Oh god, wait, yeah, you're right.
Electronic eyes.
Holy
His singing
shit.
is still bad.
It's actually interesting lyrically.
Oh my god.
It's like written and thought out.
a vocal and an instrumental melody that works together.
Good jump scare.
Wow.
A transition that made sense.
He's doing a different vocal tone finally. Wow, lyric.
Still rough vocally.
He wonders if you're sleeping with your newfound faith. Could anybody love him?
This is very 80s.
Or is it just a crazy dream?
We made it. A song.
A real song.
And if I show
This
you my
lyric.
dark side,
This is pretty cringe.
If I would show you
you
my...
still hold me
Oh, so edgy.
tonight.
Why would you say that?
Yeah,
Like, why would you
pretty
say that like that?
If I...
Open my heart.
You don't
to
need
you,
two of them, Ryan.
show you my weak side.
This is...
How did the microphone even pick him up singing that quietly?
How is he...
Would you sell your story to Rolling Stone? Would you take the children away
Why are we adding
and
reverb?
leave me alone? And smile in reassurance as you whisper down the phone. Would you send me packing?
I don't know why that was.
Or would you take me home?
So overdramatic, man.
Not that was a decent lyric.
Just then the phone
A
rang.
little edgy.
I never had the nerve to make the final cut.
My.
I like the outro there.
Well, this is one of 2 songs on this album that I don't think sucks ass. Because for the first time on this album, he actually wrote a real song with like structure and direction and a purpose, and it felt like the transitions mostly made sense. And really, the only thing that was bad about it, I mean, the production's a little corny, but like the only problem is just his singing. But like, this is the best singing he's done so far. It's still not good, and I still think it detracts from the quality of the song. But it's the best so far on this album. It's the best Roger's gonna sing on this album. The guitar solo was good by Gilmore. Is actually somewhat memorable and a little emotional. The lyrics at certain points were solid, and it had the first good vocal melody on the album. So yay! I think if somebody else had sung this could actually be like a really, really great song. Roger's vocals do hurt it though, so I'm gonna give it a 7.5. It could have been like a 9 though.
Well, that was the first time I've heard that song. I was pleasantly surprised. There's like Cole said, he talked about the vocal and instrumental melody, an actual melody happening for both. That Roger was doing pretty well on. His vocals were better than most of this album, by far better than most of this album. Still not great, but better than pretty much everything. The lyrics I thought were actually the best part of this for my take. I thought the last verse was very good lyrically. I really enjoyed some of the bars there. Some of the moments where he goes like, and he ends where he goes like cut or duck or anything where he just like splats out a word at the very end of a line. That still aggravates the hell out of me, but at least he wasn't doing his ASMR bullshit on this song. Cool, but very boring guitar solo. Very poor effort from David here. Didn't really even go into it much. Cool tone, but outside of that, I mean, just nothing happens in the solo, so very disappointing. Clearly, David's given up at this point of giving a single shit about this album, so I'm not surprised, but it is kind of whack. Outside of that, it's fine. I have no issues with it. 7. Noah.
Yep, we made it. We got a good one. It only took until almost the end of the album, but we got a good song. Notice how this song is eons more interesting? Because he's not just reverberating the same shit lyrics over and over again.
Yeah.
He's actually talking about different things. Wow. That's all it took. That and like actual good, unique, new melodies. And we got a good song. I mean, David didn't do his half.
No.
But Roger hasn't done his half until this part of the fucking album, so it's okay. I don't blame you, David. It's okay. I wouldn't care either. Yeah, there's a couple cringe lines in there. But overall, it's fine. Vocals, yeah, they're still not great, but it's the best so far. I'll take what I can get at this point. That's a 7.5 to an 8.
We have to move on now to Not Now John, the only song off the album I had heard.
He's here.
A real singer.
I mean,
so much better.
It's interesting what he's singing, but he's back.
Do you think he said so fuck all that because he had heard the rest of the album?
I hope so. Oh boy.
That is really funny.
make 'em cry.
Couldn't help yourself, could you? I had to do it still, didn't you? Bastard.
Make 'em stay, make 'em feel okay.
I love how David comes in and is like,
Change the word John to Roger. Oh, he's so much better at singing. That's Roger writing this.
Gilmore, my man.
oh, that fucking reverb hits on this.
Oh, goodness. Just drop.
God, maybe David was bored because he wasn't allowed to eat shit until now. Holy, I miss him.
God, it's just so much different when he's playing. It really is.
Hold on, John, I think there's something good. I used to read books, but
There's so many effects on his voice. I don't even know what he's saying.
could be reusable shoes.
Everybody is a little too crazy.
So funny, huh? Maybe not him.
Guys, waiting for the worms was just a character, I promise.
He's a different guy,
In
man.
the flesh.
He's a good one.
Yeah, in the flesh was just a character, guys. I promise.
Say it in the flesh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of just slowly understand like less and less of what he's saying at the end of the song.
I love it. That's
Does
probably
anyone know
make
why,
yourself insane.
thematically speaking, that David sings on this song? Because if I'm not mistaken, he doesn't sing a word before this song, and then all of a sudden he's the lead singer.
No, there's one.
I don't know
one
why.
part- I love this song. This is crazy. It's funny. It's stupid. It's got cool lyrics in it, and it's got David Gilmour back. And not only does it have David Gilmour back, he also kicks ass on a solo. This solo is fucking easily the best on the album. It shits on everything else. This is a fantastic written song. It actually sounds like a Pink Floyd song. It sounds like some of the things they have done in their past. David Gilmour shows how clearly superior at this point he is vocally to Roger, and that's not even fucking close. And you can easily tell the difference because as soon as Roger comes in, you get depressed and you're like, oh, this is just bad again. And even Roger's little fucking filter he has on everything. It kind of works with the silliness of the song, how many sound effects is going on, all the different stuff that's happening. But the instrumental also helps that as well. I think this is a fantastic song, extremely well written. I have no idea why Roger's ego allowed this one to happen, but glad it did. 9.5, 9 to a 9.5. Noah.
Maybe the key to getting the best out of Gilmore was, like actually getting him involved in the songs.
Maybe.
Maybe he didn't care because all he was getting to do was play 2 solos, and now he finally gets to sing. And man, I am happy for the return of my boy. Little young lusty, but I don't fucking care. I get a good song. It's been a minute.
It has.
He sounds great. Lyrics, they're there. They are there.
They're funny.
they're yeah. I mean, they're funny to look back at, but
After an entire
at the
album
same
of
time, I
Roger
feel like
depressing himself with lyrics, this is a very good break.
I'm just thinking, like, what the fuck is going on in this guy's head to come up with this shit? Really good solo. It definitely felt much more inspired, and felt much more. It just felt you could feel that he cared more on the solo. I don't know how to describe it, but you could just tell. The sound effects go a little too crazy
A little bit.
at some points near the end, but it's not enough to really hurt the song that much. That's an 8.5.
8.5. Cole.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy. I mean, well, it's the best song on the album so far. Spoiler, it's gonna be. It is essentially. I mean, it's like what T for One is to Since I've Been Loving You. It's at least compared to Young Lust. It's basically just Young Lust 2.0. But at least Young Lust is a good song. I wouldn't say it's quite as good as Young Lust is, but it's better than everything else on this album. So, and our glorious vocal king, David Gilmour, gets to actually do stuff.
It's to
And
rock
he's
out
so
a bit.
much. He's 25 times better at singing than Roger Waters is. I don't
At
know.
this
It might be
point,
underplaying it a little
yes.
bit. Might be underplaying it a little bit. Fun energy. No idea what the fuck this song is about.
No, I don't know.
He says a lot of countries and shit, and I mean war something. I don't really know. I don't really care. Roger still has to come in and fuck it up a little bit with his useless vocals. But it's good. It's fun. Good guitar solo as well. Fun little.
What are you giving it? You lagged out.
I'm giving it an 8.
Two Suns in the Sunset.
Can you imagine being Roger Waters in the studio with that female choir and just be like, all right, I just want y'all to sing the word bingo and hold it for all. It must have been amusing.
Yeah, that was a crazy take from Pedro. I don't know.
In my rearview mirror, the sun's going down. Sinking behind bridges in the road. I think of all the good things
Those keyboards are corny.
that we have left undone.
Acoustic guitar is corny.
And I suffer premonitions,
Ugh.
confirm suspicions of the Holocaust
What?
to come.
Okay.
It's a really weird instrumental for
Bump,
lyrics.
bump is really corny.
The rusty
Yeah, it's like-
wire
Aren't
that
you a
holds
Cat
the
Stevens
cord
song?
that keeps the anger in. gives way, and suddenly it's day again. The sun is in the east, even though the day is done. Two suns in the sunset. Could be the human race is run.
Like the moment when the brakes lock and you slide towards the big truck. You stretch the frozen moments with your fear.
Oh no.
And you'll never
Hell
hear
yeah.
their
Got the inhale
voices.
scream in there.
And you'll never see their faces. You have no recourse to the law anymore.
As the windshield melts and my tears evaporate,
And this song is so fucked.
leaving only charcoal to defend.
Finally, I understand the feelings of the few.
Ashes and diamonds, foe and friend, we were all equal in the end.
Kenny G.
Boy, I saw some of the worst takes I have ever seen about Pink Floyd in the chat on this one. Holy.
Majority of the instrumental, pretty whatever. It sounds like a offshoot Cat Stevens or like Blood on the Tracks song, like something that wasn't good enough to make the album. Lyrics are good. Probably the best lyrics on the album. Really messed up, but they're good. He's just in his edgelord era on this album. The bridge was pretty cool. Again, the vocals are not as bad as they've been for the majority of songs, but still not great either. I'll give that a 5.5.
Oh.
Fortunately, I'm not going to be as positive as Noah was because what a I was like, I mean, not that Not Now John is like as good as doing drugs would be, I would imagine, but like, what a come down from such a high.
Wow. That's the way of wording it.
Well, we had a good song and then we a good song. We had a really, really bad song. Because all the problems that I have with all the other songs that I didn't like are once again right here, back in full action. Terrible singing, boring melodies, boring instrumental, terrible saxophone tone. The playing was okay, I guess, but it was just so painfully corny. Um, I I mean, I guess lyrics are alright. I wasn't really paying that much attention to them because they weren't gonna save it. Yeah, just bad writing and really bad singing. I guess one of the least lesser offensive songs, but nothing I will ever listen to again. Hopefully, 3.5 to a 4.
The one word that kept coming to my mind about this instrumental was how fucking cheesy it sounded. The saxophone only made it worse when it came in. It created an atmosphere of like an 80s sitcom movie. And I get this album was from the 80s, but the 80s was a horrible era for most music, and this did not help it, because this instrumental, when you read the lyrics, this instrumental and these lyrics do not match up in the slightest, and they don't benefit each other from being one of those like contrasting instrumentals with the lyrics. Like, no, they don't even make any sense. The saxophone also feels very out of place, extremely out of place on this song, and I don't really even get the purpose of it existing. The lyrics are cool. They're very cool to read, and they're very dark, and they're very timid, and Noah might be right. They might be the best on the album, but it really doesn't matter if the rest of the song doesn't play to the lyrics whatsoever. If you're not singing in a tone that makes the lyrics actually effective. Like Roger sounds like he's like almost like happy at the end of the song, which is really fucking
Yeah, I
weird.
think it's intentional.
Yeah, and it's bad
Yeah.
because it makes no sense, because like the lyrics are not meant to be happy at all. So I don't understand this contrastment that they're doing here.
Well, it's like Free 4 off of Obscured by Clouds. It's meant to be contrasting.
Yeah, but it's not benefiting like Free 4 did. This doesn't even lead me to be happy. It just leads me to feel like it's cheesy and corny sounding. So I don't, mainly cheesy. It just sounds very 80s sitcom-ish. It doesn't fit with like the style of this album at all. It feels actually very off-putting for the style of this album. And I think it's a terrible closer, honestly. It really doesn't make any sense on this album at all. I don't have a whole lot good to say about it. I guess Roger didn't sound horrible, but he's still doing the ASMR stuff at the very end. Nah, not really a whole lot good. I'm gonna give it a 3. It doesn't fit. It doesn't seem, even as a singular song, it doesn't fit in itself. It's just structurally weird, instrumentally weird. Good there, Cole. Final rankings time. For those of you who've never been here or any new subscribers, what we do is we take our top 3 songs of the album, we put them in order, we get the album a 1 to 10 ranking, and we rate the Pink Floyd songs that we have done up until now. Who would like to start? Pink Floyd albums we've done up until now, not songs. Fuck my time. Noah?
I can go first.
Oh, Cole wants to take it.
No, I didn't know Noah had his hand up. He can go first. It's fine.
Yeah, you gotta raise your hand.
Your mic is fucked, Cole. You need to stop whatever you're doing. You're using the wrong mic all of a sudden, because I can hear everything. Or you turned off noise suppression. Yeah, we can hear everything. You need to fix that ASAP. Noah, go ahead.
Anyway, at 3, I'll go Two Suns in the Sunset. 2, Final Cut. 1, Not Now, John. Everything outside of the final 3 songs was poor and below average. This album is a slog to get through. Roger Waters just comes off incredibly whiny and unbearable for the vast majority of this thing. He doesn't sound good. The instrumentals just sound like they're just completely lacking of any form of inspiration or creativity. This thing tries to feel emotional very often and elicit emotion, but in reality, it does the absolute opposite. This is a void of emotion for the vast majority of it. This album, I can't believe people like it. It's fucking insane to me. I'm feeling a 3.5 to a 4.
Oh, with a 3.5 to a 4. All right. Cole, you seem ready to go next. So you're up.
I can go last.
Oh, okay. All right, shit. I guess I'll go next. Yeah, the top 3 of this album stick out like a sore thumb because they're so much better than everything else on this album. It's not even close, even though they're not great. My number 3 is the Post-War Dream. My number 2 is title track, Final Cut, and number 1 is easily Not Now, John. It's just fucking fantastic. It's easy as hell to rank this one. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with a lot of what Noah said. I'd never heard this album. This is his first time. I'd heard you guys hating on Roger Waters for his vocals for a long time now, and I never truly knew exactly why you hate it so much until I heard this album. This was just... I don't even know what to think, what the hell they were thinking. I really don't. Probably the most annoying part of this album was you took one of the best bands of all time in terms of progressions, builds, and tension building, and you just threw all of that out the window and just put a bunch of songs that have no progression, a build that's basically non-existent, and then throw random hooks and random choruses out of trying to, like Noah said, trying to create fake drama and trying to make emotion, not fake drama, but trying to be dramatic, and by trying to create this emotional feeling throughout this album, you pushed it too hard and you tried to be too dramatic, and it ended up just sounding fake and unoriginal and uninspiring. And everything Roger Waters did from a vocalist perspective, especially on the first half of the album, it didn't give that emotional feel the lyrics were written, he wrote down were. It sounded fake. It sounded over dramatized. Everything he did was over dramatized on this album. Through the majority of it, Night Night John is easily the best song, and it's mainly because David's just having fun. He's not trying to be dramatic. He's not trying to be too real. He's singing the lyrics and he's having fun on it. That's like the best break we get on the entire album. Very disappointed in this album. I feel like there are some songs on here that could have been some Pink Floyd classics, but they absolutely were failures. And also, it just doesn't even sound like a Pink Floyd album to me in many different ways. It sounds very unlike them. This is a pretty big disappointment for me. I'm gonna give this a 3. Cole.
At 3, I mean, I gave a handful of songs like a 3.5 to a 4. I couldn't care less which one you put at 3. I don't give a shit. Pick a random one. Don't care.
Okay.
I thought you would pick one. Okay. Anyway. To the title track and number 1, Not Now, John. So much that I hate about this. Outside of 2 songs, there's not a single good moment. There's nothing memorable. There's nothing interesting. I mean, maybe there's an interesting lyric here and there, but I didn't hear him. Roger's vocals are generationally dog shit. I think this proves him to be one of the worst rock singers that has ever lived. At least one of the worst rock singers of all time at this point. He just absolutely butchers these songs. But even if someone else was singing them, the instrumentals are so boring and lifeless and completely devoid of any emotion that it's not like this would be some great album if somebody else was singing it. It would just be like boring.
Yeah, songwriting is just a failure for most of the
The
album.
songwriting is an absolute travesty. The transitions make no sense. He's completely forgotten what made Pink Floyd a compelling band in the first place. The production is like weirdly inconsistent. There's a lot of mixing issues that I don't understand, considering they hadn't had a single production. I wouldn't really say they had any major production issues in like a decade. So I don't know what the hell happened here, with just like weird moments of why is that so quiet? I don't understand it. Yeah, I don't really find the concept of this album to be particularly fascinating. He just kind of rambles for most of it and comes off, as like Noah said, it's just really whiny. He has a lot of different vocal styles on this album, and I think they're all bad, which is impressive how he could choose only, like, everything he tried to do was an utter failure from a singing standpoint. Yeah, I thought going into this that I'd be like, all right, it's probably not as bad as you remember it being, but like it's maybe a little bit worse. I didn't remember the songwriting being that bad,
Good
but
lord.
it is. I'm gonna give it like a 1.5 to a 2.
Oh, holy!
I think this album is a train wreck.
I can't really disagree.
And
with
if it
you.
weren't for the title track and Not Now John, it would really be, yeah, it'd be lower. I don't know how much lower, but it would certainly be lower.
Fair enough. Okay, well, it's time to rank their discography up until this point. Noah, you started, so you get to rank their discography to start.
All right. 12. I guess I'll go Umaguma at 12. 11 is the final cut. 10 is More. 9 is Piper. 8, Obscured by Clouds. 7, Saucerful of Secrets. 6, The Wall. 5, Atom Heart Mother. 4, Metal. 3, Dark Side of the Moon. 2, Wish You Were Here. 1, Animals.
You have a wild ranking. No, you should have an absolutely wild
An accurate
ranking.
one.
Okay, my top 12 of the Pink Floyd discography. Being that this was my first listen to the final cut, I had to throw it in there, trying to figure out what I ranked the other things. But we go on. Number 12 is going to be Umaguma. This is not their worst album in my opinion. Umaguma was absolute dog water and didn't have any redeeming factors. 11 is the final cut though. Yeah, that was really rough. 10 is Piper, 9 is Atom Heart Mother, 8 is Saucerful of Secrets, 7 is More, 6 Obscured by Clouds, 5 Metal, 4 The Wall, 3 Dark Side of the Moon, 2 is Animals, and number 1 Wish You Were Here, which is probably, unless some momentary lapse of reason blows my mind, or Division Bell, I don't see Wish You Were Here changing as their best album. But we shall see. Cool.
Alrighty. At number 12, I'm going to go with Umaguma. 11 is the final cut. 10, Piper. 9, Saucer. 8, More. 7, Atom Heart Mother. 6, Obscured by Clouds. 5 is The Wall. 4 is Metal. 3, Dark Side. 2, Wish You Were Here. And number 1 is Animals.
Well, there we have it. There is our Pink Floyd discography ranking up until the final cut. We have 3 more Pink Floyd studio albums to go. I'm not sure if we're going to do all 3 of them. I know Endless River was a 2014 one, and I don't know if that's something we're going to add in, but we do have Momentary Lapse Reason and Division Bell left. I believe we're going to do those. We shall see. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. That was the final cut. That is a hard album for some people to listen to. Some people seem to really enjoy it, though, and for the people who do enjoy it, I'm very happy for you. I don't get it, but I'm very happy for you. And if you want to discuss why you think the final cut is way better than we think it is, join our Discord and come yell at us and tell us why. Give your arguments, put your own Pink Floyd discography rankings in our Discord. We have a whole chat designed for your hot takes or your music rankings. Go check it out. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like down below and hit subscribe. Also hit the bell if you guys enjoyed and you want to catch us live on our next stream. We stream all our album reviews, also all our song reviews. Our next album review is going to be a paid album request for a Genesis album, so stay tuned for that one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Follow us on Twitter, join our Discord, links in the description below. We'll see you guys in the next video.